The University of Johannesburg said that Maria, being the mayor of the night, kept the night creative economy going. Maria was a powerhouse when it came to maintaining and growing contacts in the media space. She knew where people were. And she had an ability to perceive where you could find your people. I remember when she was doing PR, helping me to sell the show that I was doing in Market Theatre. And you know, Maria would insist on making sure that the Zedi FM and the Guarabara and Utrokwelene would get interviews about shows that were happening in Joburg, because she understood that this is the same audience. And that somebody sitting in Northwest or sitting in KZN cares about what's happening in Johannesburg. They follow these artists. These kids will be here in 5-10 years following in the footsteps of the same artists. She got that across language, across media. It gives me great pleasure to invite to the stage two of her colleagues as media practitioners. Please welcome Dawn Robertson and Michelle Constant to speak about Maria, the media magnet, the cultural mayor of Johannesburg.
On va dire mayor of the night. A mayor of the streets. Yeah.
Just to know, this is not Dawn Robertson. This is This is Alexia Walker. Alexia, Maria, and I were part of a luncheon club called the Art Bitches. And I'm sure you can imagine what happened at those luncheons. Oh, Maria. Oh, Maria. Just to watch Doggy T, Pebbles, and Kelly. They were all introduced to me by Maria. In fact, Maria was one of the toughest publicists you could ever work with. She never, ever took no for an answer. Maybe we can do this interview next week. No, it doesn't work like that. The hardest rocks that have fallen from someone's mouth were the words that Maria is no longer with us. But I think today we celebrate her in the most extraordinary way. She spoke, as you heard, and has spoken about it a lot, about being, in many ways, the de facto cultural mayor and the night mayor of Johannesburg. So the concept of a night mayor originated in Amsterdam over a decade ago, and it was a job that was ostensibly created to support governance and the safe running of a city at night. But most importantly, the person had to be a lover of the city at its events, both day and night. And they had to demonstrate why everyone else should love the city as much. Maria certainly did the latter. She may have done it without the formal mayoral regalia or chain of office, but make no mistake, Miss Maria always had her glorious mayoral bling on. She truly dressed for her Joburg lover. She once told the Art Bitches lunch group that, and there was plenty of celebrity that went on endlessly, but it was delicious, I have to say. She once told us that she had to attend an event in the city on a daily basis, 7 days a week. It was her drug and her delight. And in doing this, and in publicizing the events, she shifted the lens onto what makes Josie really special. It is the people the people who are her family, our friends, and its culture. Whether it was a Mashile tribute concert right here in this very theatre, as full as it is today, publicising Tandiswa or Tutukwani's events, whether it was celebrating downtown at Kwamama, as someone said earlier, or taking high tea, which we had the real joy of doing. A very high tea. Maybe it was also doing a 7-hour DJ stint. You know, I met Maria for the very first time at that university called Rhodes, and we were all in a club together, and I'm not quite sure at the time if she was DJing or if I was trying to DJ. And it was all a bit of a blur, but not quite the same blur that I'm feeling today. Maria was able to tease out the insanity, the beauty, the sometime brutality, and the joy that is our city. New York has the office of nightlife. Maria was the officer of the nightlife in Jersey. Mexico City has a self-appointed ambassador of nightlife. Maria was without doubt the self-appointed ambassador of Joburg's cultural life. Her deep love affair with culture, with the city, and indeed beyond the city, was profound and long-lasting. And even recently, her weekly diary in the Daily Maverick was a pleasure to behold. She totally nailed it, and damn did she have the nails to do it. So I believe we need to make her proud. We need to take her spirit with us as we celebrate our city's culture, as we fight for its cultural rights, and as we take endless selfies to celebrate the art exhibitions, the musicians, the dancers, the poets, the storytellers, the filmmakers, the actors, the performers, the makers of art, designers, writers, the architects, the ceramicists, the potters, the bookmakers, the graph artists, the jewelry makers, the imagineers. I argue that yes, today we mourn, but tomorrow and tonight we go out and every day we make Maria proud.